Hey, fellow XRP holder, how are you doing? Austin here. So real quick video for you. XRP has suffered two setbacks, obstacles that are now in its place. Going to tell you what those are. And we're going to talk about the latest XRP news in this video. We're going to also talk about general crypto news, kind of what's going on in the overall crypto market. So if you're new to me, please hit that like, hit that subscribe on YouTube. And if you're watching this over on X, please consider giving me a follow. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So the overall market is down 1.5%. We have turned and gone into the red from where we've been in the last 24 to 36 hours, where we saw Bitcoin go all the way up to reaching its all-time high of 111.9, I believe. Yeah, 111.970 right there. So we're breaking a new all-time high in the last 24-hour period, but again, down 1%. Okay, so I always like to talk about Bitcoin because talking about Bitcoin in the context of XRP is relevant because, again, it's the biggest globally branded crypto out there. Interesting fact, I have access to a piece of software, being a guy who creates content, that tracks user interaction and user count on YouTube. And so it gives me real-time data. And so interesting, I pulled the numbers this morning. And so the search term XRP gets 3.3 million searches a month. Okay. So that's a lot. And especially right now, kind of in the given market we've got going on. And then, but Bitcoin gets 3.2 million. So XRP actually surpasses Bitcoin as far as searches here on YouTube. So that shows you how much interest there is in XRP. It's actually more from a search volume standpoint here on YouTube than Bitcoin. So just a little side note there for you. Okay. So what are the obstacles? Well, the two XRP ETFs have been delayed because of the SEC delaying their decision. It is the Bitwise XRP ETF. Yeah, did I say that right? Okay, Bitwise XRP ETF and the CoinShares XRP ETF. So the SEC is delaying their decisions. Is this a tactic on the SEC? I don't really feel that. It could be any number of reasons. We have no visibility into why they're delaying it. But with the new regime, if you will, at the SEC under Paul Atkins and all that's over there, I don't really feel that it's definitely not the same scenario we had with under Gary Gensler's rule and the Biden era and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really saying that this is some type of a really bad thing. I think this could be an internal bureaucratic process. This could be any number of reasons. I don't feel that it's a calculated effort to kill the ETFs. I mean, so drop in the comments. Do you see more here? Do you see that something is sinister here? What's your opinion? I would love to hear from you on that. I do read comments and things of that nature. So, like I said, overall crypto market pulling back a little bit, not hugely shocking. I think this is a minor blip on the radar. These XRP ETFs suffering a little bit of setback as the SEC is delaying them, and I don't think it's really impacting the price of XRP right now. That's for people like you and I who are really paying attention to what's going on with XRP ETFs and all of the different things we've got out there for XRP. I think that XRP being down 1.9% is a direct result of kind of the overall market. Bitcoin being down, Ethereum being down, the pullback we're getting, the profit taking we're getting after the last 24 to 36 hours, where we saw some pretty significant runs. Hyperliquid's up; it's up dramatically, up 17+%, 33% on the 24-hour. In fact, if we look, the biggest 1% up is Hyper WorldCoin, FET. And the biggest percentage move down are Trump, Pi, Caspa, and so forth. Okay, so I think that we got just a standard kind of profit-taking day, a little bit of a move down. XRP suffering these two losses, things of that nature, as far as these two obstacles or losses, rather, setbacks on the XRP ETFs being delayed from Bitwise and CoinShares. I think they'll get past. I'm not too worried about it, but you needed to know that this is a thing and this is out there. I wanted you to be aware of it. Okay. Helping you make even more money in crypto. Got a piece of software, trading indicator. It runs on an iPhone, runs on an Android device. It runs on any computer. This is a buy alert it gave on Bitcoin 31 days ago. Bitcoin's up 30%. So $1,000 bought here, you had already been in profit, $300 in just under 30 days. Solana, kind of similar deal. Last 35 days, buy here. It's moved up and it's a 45% move up. The reason it didn't give a buy alert earlier is you see how the color of the candles are red because there was so much red volatility. The software takes into consideration trading volume, things that, all these different, excuse me, all these different metrics. And it said it wasn't the right time. You see how the candle started to turn. It was red, 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 magenta, magenta, and then all of a sudden it turned green and started kind of moving in the right direction and started an upward trend. So that's why the software does that. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for you so that you can make even more money and not have to worry about it. And by the way, the alerts that tell you when to buy and sell come in on your phone or wherever you want. There are little pop-ups that come in, which is really cool. This is Ethereum. Buy here. Look at this. Boom. Look how early it gave that buy alert compared to when it just took off and went parabolic. 31 days, 70%. $1,000 bought here and not sold yet because the software tells you hadn't bought, not time to sell yet. $703 in profit. XRP, we're waiting for XRP to break above this this resistance line right here. But you can see right here there was a buy alert here, and 42 days ago, and XRP is up 23%. So that gives you perspective how it works. So link in the description below. Check it out. There's a 30-day, no questions asked. The quarterly option is the cheapest on a per-day basis. There's a discount code down there, SP1SP1. Use that code at checkout. You'll get the best price at about $1.15 per day is what it costs you. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. So give that a look. Check it out. Take it for a test spin. You got zero risk here because I got that 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. All right, I'll see you.